Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Give people about a minute or so to join us. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate your attendance. We're going to be talking today about time management once we get started. Thank you for coming in today. Everyone, another 10 seconds or so. This will be replayed too with the post. So for those who aren't able to join, they will be able to see it. But thank you to those of you who are here, and a thank you to those of you who will be joining via replay. All right, let's get started for today. Hi everyone. Thanks for being here today. My name is Todd Weisbrot, and I'm an executive function skills coach, a certified ADHD coach, and co-founder of Skills for Life Coaching. Today's session is part of an ongoing Facebook Live series focused on executive function skills. And every week on Monday, I'm here to talk about a different executive function skill. Share some stories and hopefully shed light for parents, grandparents, of kids who struggle with executive functioning. And if you haven't had a chance, I encourage you to check out our previous sessions here on Facebook. In addition to these live sessions, we offer workshops twice per week to unlock more of the topic. All right. So if you're catching this live or on replay, I'm glad you're here. Today we're talking about time management. And more importantly, we're going to clear up some of the biggest misunderstandings about it, because there are many. Because time management is one of those skills that almost every parent deals with, right? But few people actually have been taught what it really is. So we're going to clear that up. We're going to make it practical. We're going to make it useful. You know, when most people hear time management, they think of planners, they think of schedules, calendars, reminders. And yes, these are definitely helpful and help support students, but the truth is, I want to start with time management is not about time. It's about decisions. Let me say that again. Time management is about decisions. What we choose to do, when we choose to do it, and whether we can get started. Think about it. We've all had a task that we're sitting there, we're going to do, but we wait and we wait because that task may be a little bit more challenging, right? The more we put it off, the more stressful it becomes. So let's focus now for a minute on a child. So when a child is bad, or quote unquote bad at time management, we're really seeing challenges with planning, prioritization, and task initiation. Task initiation is starting the task. Prioritizing, trying to determine what to do first, what to do second, what to do third, in order of importance. So let's start with some time management myths. Here's myth number one. Time management means using a planner. I hear that a lot, and it's true, but here's the problem. Your child could have the most organized planner. They could have color coding in it. They could have reminder set. They could have everything written down, and they still may have trouble getting started with the task. So if you're noticing, because a planner doesn't make a decision for you. So if you're noticing your child struggles even with structure in place, the issue is not the planner. It happens before the planner gets used. Here's the shift. Time management is not about organizing time. It's about organizing thinking, organizing your thoughts. Myth number two. If my child isn't managing time, they're being lazy. That's definitely a really important one. Because when a child is sitting there and they're not starting their homework and not moving, they're not engaging, it can look like laziness. But what we often miss is this. They're not avoiding effort. They're avoiding being overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed to start. They don't know where to begin. Or maybe they feel like the task is too big for them. So instead of just saying, just do it, we have to recognize something deeper is happening. They may not have like a clear entry or how to start the task or where to begin. So what looks like resistance might just be, and is, often uncertainty. When we change that lens, we change how to respond, is the importance. Myth number 3. Kids will figure out time management on their own. Very common one. Assumption is they'll eventually learn, but time management is not something kids naturally absorb because it depends on, like we said earlier, executive function skills like planning and working memory and time estimation and follow through. And these skills develop over time with modeling, structure, and repetition. So independence doesn't just come from letting go completely. It comes from guided practice over time. For example, we don't just let our kids go and cut their food by themselves right away when they're young. We have to support them. We model how to do it. And we eventually scaffold and get them through it. When we're teaching them to ride a bike, we don't just throw them out on the bike. We go out with them and we practice and we support and we encourage and make sure they know and often model. And then when we're ready, we can scaffold and allow them to complete the task independently. So let's bring this together. When we say time management, what we really mean is, can your child understand what needs to be done? Decide what to do first. Estimate how long it will take, and actually start. Let me give you another real-world example here. You might hear a child say, I'll do it later, and that sounds harmless, right? But later is not a plan because there is no start time there, no structure, and no decision attached to it. Where's the time block? Where's the time frame, the task, the beginning of the task? So the task just keeps getting pushed until it becomes rushed and stressful, and then it's last minute. And that's usually when the frustration shows up for both the child and yourself, the parent. So what do we do with this? Instead of focusing on managing time, we focus on making time visible and decisions clear. That could sound like you asking your child, like, what are you starting with? Or, how long do you think this will take? Or, let's pick a time and start together. Because we're not just helping them finish homework or finish a task. We're teaching them how to think. So I'll leave you with this. Time management is a learned skill. The goal of being about progress through better planning, better starting, and awareness of time and decision making. If you're watching this on replay, think about one question. What part of time management is hardest for your child right now? Start there. That's when change happens. We just touched the surface today. In our full workshop, we dive deeper into practical strategies for building time management for both kids and adults. If you ever wish for less stress, less arguing, more confidence in your family, this is for you. The link to register for the workshops will be in the comments attached to the video post. For questions regarding individual coaching for students or parents, please call us at 954-728-0493 or send us an email to todd@skills-4life-coach.com. Thanks for joining me today. If you're watching this on replay or live, and thank you to those who were here, and a forward thank you to those who are watching on replay, please don't forget to like and share. Have a great one. See you next time.